Welcome back to Centennial Reflections. I'm Rich Carvell, and I'm visiting with Harold Perrin, who is the mayor of Jonesboro, former board member. Let's talk about those years when you were a member of the board. 1995 to 2000, so the end of the 20th century and moving into the preliminary times of the 21st century.
Exactly.
What were some of the important things that happened during that 5-year period?
I think probably the biggest thing is that the board was studying the idea, which became a reality, to go to a system-wide campus. In other words, with BB, which we had, but and in the Jonesboro campus, but we did a lot of studying on that, and I was able to go to Mountain Home and work with that. In fact, I think as chairman, when I was chairman the last year, we actually dedicated Mountain Home campus, and also we did the Heber Springs. You know, the ASU bought the Sugarloaf Mountain, which again we're going to have a big campus there eventually, and then BB has the courses they offer at Jacksonville, and now they have a campus in Searcy. And we have one in Paragould, so you can see
Newport.
Yeah, yes, absolutely,
right.
Newport. Mm-hmm. And in fact, we dedicated that building when I was on the board. So, I think the biggest thing was going to a system where we could branch out and reach more of our student base.
One of the advantages, it seems to me, is offering 2-year programs in communities around.
Right.
Makes it available at little less expensive than coming to the 4-year, but it's automatically transferred. You just move over into the 4-year program.
You're exactly right. And the towns that I mentioned, obviously a lot of students start there, like in Newport, and then just eventually transfer to Jonesboro to finish up. And so that was a deal. And also the other thing that ASU is very much involved in today is the Workforce Training Center and the economic development, which as a mayor I'm most interested in, because the last 2 industries that we actually announced in December to come here, a big part of that decision was because of Arkansas State University. And the reason is NISPAC was looking at your bioscience building, mm-hmm. and the research that you're doing, and they're not through with the research and development of their products that they want to go into. The second one with Nordeck, obviously they are looking at your workforce, your training program here.
That's the windmill factory.
That's
right?
correct. And so your faculty has already been to Germany to train, and then come back and be in a position to start training immediately. And so that's something that is going on here in Jonesboro with ASU.
So industry looks at the school system, they looked at medical care, yes. But Arkansas State is a big part of that recruiting formula, isn't it?
Oh, there's no question. There's no question that Arkansas State University plays a very vital role, not only in the 2 examples I just gave you, but also companies that come here, they're looking for higher education for their people and for their children. And if you can show them that you've got a 4-year university and the courses and the things that you have here, it's a very big selling tool, I think, for the Chamber of Commerce and the city of Jonesboro to get those people to locate here. So there's no question about it.
You know, you spoke about the student union earlier as we talked. The financing for that was kind of unique, wasn't it?
Right.
How was that arranged? Explain that to us.
Well, so, the financing of that was by student fees also, and actually we did a major bond issue, obviously, to get it started, construction of it and things of that nature. And then the students themselves actually were voting on a place to have a much larger facility to do that. And so that just goes to show you how the student body and the faculty and the administration all work together to get something of that magnitude. And so I thought that was quite impressive for all 3 groups to work together for a common cause to get that for the students.
I think sometimes folks don't realize that the state will pay for academic buildings.
Right.
But they don't pay for
That's
things like the student union
That's
and for
right.
non-academic buildings.
That's right.
And so that was an interesting way to work that, and an important thing that happened during your tenure on the board.
Absolutely.
As well.
Right.
I think part of what you said in terms of recruiting industry and that sort of thing gives us a little hint at the relationship between Arkansas State University and Jonesboro. But
right.
comment a little bit about that from your perspective as mayor. What about the town-gown relationship?
Okay. I think the relationship between the city of Jonesboro and Arkansas State University is really inseparable. And what I mean by that is the fact that we're all together and we work together very closely on many projects. But let me give you an example of 2 or 3 of those. First of all, the students that come here, a lot of them work, and so that provides a major labor force for retail and for other things that locate here in Jonesboro, just like the new mall at Turtle Creek. The other side of that is that these students spend money, and when they spend money, then that generates sales tax, and that sales tax helps the city of Jonesboro fund the services for all of Jonesboro, not just Arkansas State University. But I could go even further than that in the fact that when I was on the board, the university gave the city of Jonesboro the property for a long-term lease for our #1 fire station here on your campus. Now, the reason for that obviously was because of the railroads and the safety factor where you have the dorms that go up 10, 11 stories high. So we obviously want to protect your students and stuff, so we worked a deal on the lease on that. And then when you all came to us to help with the overpass, to help alleviate a lot of the traffic problems for not only your students but for the citizens of Jonesboro, the city immediately jumped on that and put $1 million in that project. So I think you can see that it goes all the way through, that we're very close. We work together, and it's just it's great for the city of Jonesboro, and it's great for Arkansas State University to have that working relationship.
Harold, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
This has been Centennial Reflections. I'm Rich Carvell.